Welcome to my channel. I talk everything around astrology and tarot. To know more about my work, you may visit my website tarotbyanisha.com. For those of you who are seeking deeper clarity regarding your love life or your career, for a personal consultation, you may write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. We've just finished with a massive lunar eclipse in Libra on 25th of March, and now we are getting into another eclipse or solar eclipse which is there in Aries on the 8th of April. Now eclipses normally come in pairs and they are quite different from the regular new moons and the full moons that they have. The effect of the eclipses, it's like a supercharged energy which is there, and hence all that we may be feeling during those times around the eclipses, it may become more intensified. This time the eclipses are around the Libra and Aries energies, which is all around harmony, it's around independence, it's around wanting to collaborate, or you should collaborate, and the need to go solo. Aries it's governed by Mars, which is the warrior planet. It is normally associated with a lot of aggression and also a lot of taking initiativeness. And now that it is in opposition to Libra, this is a time where it is asking that you should be careful, or rather you should watch before you speak. You should try and ensure that you do not burn bridges, even though it may feel tempting. Now, the interesting thing with this entire eclipse season is that as we are getting into the Aries season, or we're getting into the solar eclipse of Aries, we're also getting into a Mercury retrograde, which starts from 1st to the 25th of April. I'll do a separate video about that and why is it this specific Mercury retrograde is going to be quite different from the rest. And along with this entire energy, if this wasn't enough, we also have Chiron. Chiron is an asteroid, and it's also related with healing. It's related with being hurt or being wounded, and it's a time really to heal. So during this entire energy of partnership, of aggression, of manipulation, in not wanting to sort of burn the bridges, Chiron energy also comes along, and it's going to sort of ask us, that are we trying to self-sabotage our own happiness? Are we coming in our own ways? So the entire energy is going to be around holding on and letting go and finding the balance. And also because we are again, the entire Plutonian energy is in Aquarius, it's all about the collective. So we are also being urged to look at the broader picture and not get consumed by what a certain person is saying or what we are reading, what is it that we are consuming, not getting, I would say, waylaid by what really maybe a groups of friends of people are saying, not getting influenced by maybe the chatter around us, and try and listen more to our own self. What really resonates with our own values, what resonates with our own sense of truth, what we believe to be right, and having the courage to stand up for it. Eclipses tend to be revealing, as lunar eclipse in Libra would have brought about maybe certain truths about relationships. Maybe it may have brought about certain things that you have been sort of at the back of your mind been aware about, but now they are more in the real. Maybe the secret enemies of people who do not really like you have come out, are more vocal now about it, and you can sort of sense the hostility, maybe not just through them, but even through a larger network of whether they're people or they're collaborators. And lunar eclipse would have revealed this entire thing to you. Now solar eclipse, on the other hand, it will bring up the buried emotions. It will start sort of bringing things up on the surface. And this is really, again, a reminder for us to grow more, to evolve more, to again listen to our own inner wisdom, and not to get caught up really or get influenced with what maybe a group of people or you're reading about. Maybe it's a media that you're consuming, maybe it's a kind of content that you're watching, not to really get influenced by it. This lunar eclipse and the coming solar eclipse, since eclipse effects last for about 6 months. It's just not about stirring up emotions. This is also a time for sort of going back on the past and retracing our steps and sort of reminding ourselves of the lessons of things that we do irrationally or impulsively, and the consequences that we have to then live with. So, retrograde, along with the solar eclipse in Aries, is going to create more misunderstandings. It's going to sort of maybe because there could be things that you should have dealt much more earlier when they started. Maybe you should have gotten up then and said, I do not think this is right and I do not want to participate in it, and maybe you kept quiet just to keep the peace. But now with the retrograde being over there, it can be that because of you just simply being quiet, things could get furthermore muddled up. And this is also a time that the true nature of relationships, your friendships, your partnerships, your business, as well as even your marriage, all of that is going to get exposed right now. Things will be revealed to you, which for some of you, it may sort of take you by surprise, and for some of you, you may have known it. You may have sort of had a hint about it at the back of your mind, but it will really get revealed to you. So it's a time of the solar eclipse in Aries is a time of fantastic transformation. Let go of any kind of negativity that you may be harboring, any kind of conspiracy theory that you may be sort of marrying into just to fit in with a group. This is a time to be cutting the buds over there, and it's a time to be really wonderful time for growth and great opportunity for self growth as well. It's also a time wherein, because there's so much of eclipse energy around, that it's a great time that you can make a fresh start. If things have been, if should you want to, if things have been bad, or you've been wanting to start things over, starting a new chapter, be it in your relationship, or even I would say this specifically has to do with going back to a relationship, because in Mercury retrograde, it's never a good idea to be starting a new romance or starting something new. So, should you want to revisit something, it's a fabulous time for you to be doing that. However, just be mindful that in the entire excitement of the eclipses and the rashness and wanting to do things and sort of even to vent, that you do not sort of say things just to purge. You just don't sort of say things to get them off your chest. Be mindful of the fact whether the other person is in a receiving mode or not, or is willing to even make amends, or be happy that you're making amends and is happy to sort of meet you halfway. April 8th, all of us are going to be feeling a lights out effect. This is a time where we will sense, if you're in an organization, that maybe there's a lack of leadership, there's a vacuum of leadership. It's really asking you to take charge. It's asking you to not just take charge of your career, but also take charge of your life. If you've sort of been waiting and you've been sort of waiting to be led on, if you've been waiting for a decision, then this is the time to be taking things in your hand and being the leader and initiating it and saying, that this is how I think it needs to get done. And it's also a fabulous time during the solar eclipse to be unlocking the wisdom in our relationships. And I think I can't stress this enough, because with a lunar eclipse being in Libra and the absolute opposite of Aries being on the axis, it can be that there could be an urge just to break relationships. It could just be that sense of revenge, that let me show them or let me put them down. But we must remember that Chiron the healer is also there. So unlock the wisdom in your relationship. See that once if things get broken, it gets really hard to mend things. So it's always better to mend things while they're still sort of sour, rather than just completely burning the bridges. Of course, this is not to encourage you to be in toxic relationships. If things are like really bad and things really are not working out, then you should go your separate way. The best way to navigate the solar eclipse energy in Aries is to try and not make everything about yourself. Do not take everything personally, and also try and get clarity before you react or before you take a decision. It's been a pleasure speaking with all of you. I will be doing a separate video on Mercury retrograde, and I'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching.